All right, when you're looking at this question, if you notice, we start by having 144 in each of these terms. So we have a whole bunch of 144s, and it looks like we're trying to come up with a general formula. So this is what is written right here. So the other thing that we notice that's in common with all of these terms is that they have times 3 to some power. So notice that all of those are exactly the same as well. So if we're going to write a formula for, like, sometimes they'll call it like the nth term, like any numbered term. It could have said like the 100th term or the 50th term. And maybe it's nice to think about it with numbers first before we talk about, like, in general what's going on. So let's say that I wanted, let's think kind of small, like the 10th term. So right now we have, this is the first, and then this is the second, and then this is the third. And so we know that for the 10th term, we're going to have to kind of match up with what's there so far. So we know we'll have a 144, and we know we'll have 3 to the 25th power. Now the thing that's changing is this number here. We have 6, 7, 8. So what's happening each time there is it's counting up. So I'm going to guess like the next one would have to have a 9 in it, and so on. And so we need some sort of relationship between those. We know it's going to increase every time. So just like our terms are going up every time, what we can say is, okay, well, let's let n be the number of terms. Well, maybe n's too fancy, but if you look at our first guy started with a 6, and so our second guy started with a 7. Our third guy started with an 8. Well, what's the difference between those? What I notice standing out is that if I subtract 6 minus 1, I get 5. If I subtract 7 minus 2, I get 5. 8 minus 3, I get 5. So if I'm going to talk about being on the 10th term, okay, I'm not going to put 10 of these 3 to the 25ths, right? Because if I look at, for, again, the first term, I put a 6. The second term, I put a 7. It's 5 more than wherever we're at. So the third term, we're going to get 8. So by the 10th term, we're going to have to put in 5 more than that, which would put us at 15. So we're going to put 15. So we're going to add 15 of those. So if I wanted to say like the 20th term, I would have the 144, and I would have the 3 to the 25th power, but I would need 5 more than where I'm at. So when I say where I'm at, it's the 20th term, so 5 added to that would be 25. So if I want the nth term, I'm going to write 144, and I'm going to write 3 to the 25th, and n, again, that just means any numbered term. So whatever numbered term is, I'm going to have n, but plus 5 to it. And so that's going to be the chunk that will be multiplied by 3 to the 25th. So hope that helps. Again, that's the nth term. And knowing the difference between arithmetic and geometric doesn't matter so much, but the reason why it's called geometric is because it's doing a multiplication by every term. And so what I mean is it's doing 6 times 3 to the 25th, 7 of these 3 to the 25th, 8 of these. So it's a little product going on here. That's geometric. Arithmetic would be saying I'm going to add a whole bunch of these terms. So it comes out to be a little bit different. But again, that word geometric doesn't really matter too much here. It's just about noticing patterns. And so we're not going to be too fancy in this class. Really what I wanted you to get out of this is that you learn the pattern. So I hope that helped.